Welcome back. Hi, remember me? I'm Al Bonney, your District Rotary Foundation Committee Chair. This is the third module of the 2018 District 6290 Online Grant Management Seminar. In Module 1, we talked about how the Rotary Foundation mission relates to your club projects, about what happens to the money you donate to the Rotary Foundation Annual Fund, and the 4 key criteria of the Rotary Matching Grant Program. In Module 2, we learned about how the Grants Committee is a major resource for clubs wishing to apply for any Rotary grant and how to apply for a global grant. In this module, we'll talk about district local and district international grants, those smaller grants that clubs in District 6290 can easily tap into to receive matching funds for projects right in your own backyard and internationally. District grants are fun and easy to organize. They are a great way to get your club members involved in a project. District grants are smaller grants with simple applications, enabling clubs to do important work in their communities and the world without the burden of that high dollar value bringing to the grant process. So get ready to learn how easy it is for your club to write a successful district local or district international grant, and how, with the help of the Rotary Grant Funds, your club project can grow from good to great. Now, let me introduce again Ken Weaver, our District Grants Chair, who will lead you through the materials in Module 3.
Welcome back to Module 3 and our discussion of district local and district international grants. Before we get into the grant applications themselves, I want to remind you how important it is for your club to be qualified. We reviewed these qualification requirements in the previous modules, and you downloaded a copy of the qualification requirements during Module 2. Some requirements have changed from last year. It is important that your club adheres to all of these requirements and have all of them done before you apply for your Rotary grant. Last year we had several clubs who did not hear our message about achieving all of these qualifications before October 15, and they missed out on grants as a result. If you fail to satisfy all of the qualification requirements before October 15, your district grant application will not be reviewed. Okay, let's move on to some district grants. Qualified clubs may apply as the lead club for 1 district local grant and 1 district international grant each year. Non-qualified clubs, organizations, or individuals can be a partner in a project. Their contributions just won't be matched. The amount of funding available to you as lead club for district local or international grants is dependent on whether your project is an individual club project or a collaborative project with 1 or more additional clubs. There is a chart on your screen showing these funding limits. You can join other clubs as a partner on as many projects as you want. District, local, and international grant applications are located on the district website. All district grants must be submitted no later than midnight on October 15, 2018. They will be reviewed on November 13, 2018, a Tuesday. This process only happens once a year. Clubs must meet all qualification requirements and have sent their applications electronically into the grants chair by midnight on October 15, 2018. A team of 2 grants committee members will review your application and will contact you before October 31 if additional information is needed. Corrected applications must be returned to them by November 7th. When the Grants Committee meets on November 13 to review all of the complete applications, a representative from your club with a complete application will be asked to participate by conference call to briefly explain the project and answer any questions the committee might have. At the conclusion of this meeting, we will send an email to all applicants to announce the awards. Award checks are typically sent by the foundation to our district before the end of December. Your club should receive your check from the district no later than mid-January. Excuse me. The checks are mailed to the primary contact's address as listed in the grant application. With the check will be the grant report. From that must be filled out upon completion of your project and returned electronically to the district grants chair. The report is due within 30 days after completion of your project and no later than June 30, 2019. If your project is not yet complete as of June 30, you must submit a progress report by June 30. If no report has been received by October 15, 2019, your club may be ineligible to apply for any grants for 2 years. Please make sure you complete your reports and submit them on time. Both local and international applications are on the district website. They are fillable forms, so you can complete them online. You have downloaded a Navigation to Foundation Materials on the district website document before this video, which will show you how to find these application forms. Based on our 2015-2016 to the annual fund of the foundation, we will have $82,000 available to support district, local, and international grant requests during the 2018-19 Rotary year. While our goal is to provide up to a full match for grant requests, if we find the funds available to our district are insufficient to support the full match, grants may be funded at a reduced ratio. At the beginning of this video, you were asked to download several documents, 2 of which were the district grant applications for local and international grants. Please note that they have been revised this year. Let's take a brief look at these application forms. They're different, so please be sure you pick the proper form for the type of grant you're applying for. Both district, local, and district international applications are available in writable format on the district website. We will review how to get to them later in this webinar. Let's start with the district local grant application. This is quite a simple form, so I'm going to go right to sections 6, 7, and 8. If you have questions when you get around to the first sections of the application, give someone on the grants committee a call and we will help you. In section 6, remember that anyone except the club president signing the application together with the project chairperson must have completed the current global management seminar. We have discussed this before. Don't get caught short at the last minute. The signer and the project chairperson may be the same person. Section 7 are the terms and conditions for applying for and receiving the grant. These are the rules of engagement for applying for, accepting, managing, and reporting on the Rotary grant funds. Please read them and comply. Section 8 is the checklist. With this, you check and make sure you did everything right. Please do not skip over this. If you don't fill in the boxes and the blanks, the grant committee reviewer will send it back to you. Those are really the big points for the district local application. The rest is easy and you will do fine with it. Okay, let's have a look at the district international grant application. Please have the form in front of you as we go through the next parts of this webinar. This grant application is a bit more complicated than the local grant, but again, if you have any questions when you get to it, just call the grant committee for help. We'll be happy to help. Like the local grant application, much of this application is quite self-explanatory, but there are some points to focus on. On page 1 and 2, there is a chart detailing what is considered eligible and what is not eligible for a district international grant. Please read this carefully. Ask if you have any questions. The most complicated part of an international grant is finding a host club in the project host country and developing a project that is compatible with the local community needs assessment. We recommend that you spend your first efforts to accomplish this part of the preparation before you begin the application. In this matter, the district international and the global grants are quite similar. You cannot be successful without first having a partner host club that is excited about a project based on their community needs. We discussed the resources on Rotary.org that can help you find partner clubs and projects. Once you have established who you will be working with and what the project will be, you can get into selecting project committees for both the host, that's them, and the international, that's you, clubs, to manage the project. You will need signatures from the host committee on page 7. Get them at the same time as you get the contact information. This will take some time and is often difficult. Start early. Now it is time for the budget. By now, you and your host club should have a good working relationship, so getting detailed and accurate descriptions, quantities, and cost of the items required to be purchased for the project from them should not be difficult. Be as specific and detailed as possible. The more that can be purchased locally in the host club area, the better it will be for sustainability. If you are dealing in foreign currency, be sure to use the Rotary exchange rate on the RI website when you convert the currency back to your budget on the application. Page 5 outlines where the funding will come from. Adding more partner clubs to the project helps you drive the funding higher. This is another reason to start early, so you can find other funding partners to help you get to the total funding you will ultimately need to get the project done, as envisioned by your host club back in step 1. In the end, be sure that your budget total expense and the funding totals are the same numbers. Page 7 is where you need signatures. These frequently take time. Note that the primary contact for the international club, your club, must have completed this grant management seminar. Also note that the signer on page 8, also your club, for the final report, must have completed this course. As with local grants, they can be the same person. Just as with local grants, please read and use the checklist on page 9. This is not boilerplate stuff. It is there to be sure you have done everything right, and so you have the best chance to be sure your grant is successful. Please remember, if you do not complete this page, your grant will be returned as incomplete. Stewardship is the responsible management and oversight of foundation funds. While some of the more stringent requirements on the MOU required for global grants do not apply to district international grant funds, we have listed on those screen those that are required to provide adequate stewardship of Rotary funds. Send the combined MOU and addendum to Robert Marcus, District Stewardship Chair. Do not send it with a grant application as a single file. These are separate documents and should be submitted to different people. Pay particular attention to supervision of Rotarians involved in handling funds. Accurate, complete, and transparent record keeping, including receipts for all expenses paid for by foundation funds. The district is required to maintain those records for 5 years, but we recommend that your club maintain records for completed grants as well. It is your responsibility to maintain adequate oversight of the foundation funds that are awarded to you for this grant. Report any irregularities or needed changes to the district grants chair before they occur or as soon afterwards as possible. Reports have very specific due dates. Be sure you're ready to prepare the reports and send them to us in a timely and clear manner. Being late creates real problems for your club and our district. Don't be late with your reporting. There is one final thing before you take the quiz and complete the seminar successfully. In the supplementary materials that you downloaded before this video, there is a document called Navigation to the District Grant Resource Materials on the district website. I will leave that for you to review on your own. It is self-explanatory. I encourage you to go there and look at the many resources available for applying for district, local, and international grants. That is also where the district grant applications and reports are located. Good luck on your grant projects, and please remember to call with any questions.